The 49ers are 5-6, and they're about to be 5-7 in a few days unless hell freezes over. How do 49ers fans feel about it? I'll ask them next on the Cohn phone. What's up? Welcome to the Cohn phone. I'll be taking your calls for about the next hour. It'd be nice if you could keep your call to about 4 minutes, because if we do 4-minute calls, we get about 20 calls. I'm also going to do a BetUS ad read. This show is sponsored by BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino. And if you're wondering why I'm whispering, if you look over my left shoulder, you might see someone in the distance also filming. This person was there before me. I'm trying to show the utmost respect. Who is that? Who is it? That's Deebo Samuel. I'm not sure exactly what he's filming. It might be something for Levi Stadium, like, hey, go eat these nachos, or I don't know. Maybe it's something for his podcast, but I do think it's pretty interesting. So if you want to talk directly to Deebo, I'll put my mic over and you can talk to him. Let's get right into it. Maj Sports, what's up?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, man. What's on your mind?
Well, now that you just said Deebo's in the back, look at him. Like, what's he doing? Like, I swear, he gets his podcast and look how he's playing. Look how he's playing. So, I don't know. I think he's been our worst Niners player this year, but I don't want him to hear. I know.
No, it's okay. You can say it because you're in the AirPods.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
know.
hear you right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
was strategic on my part.
He's been our worst player this season. He's pissed me off the most. And it's like, listen, I'm a diehard Niners fan, and I love every Niners player, and I usually don't hate on anyone, but Deebo this year, let's just say I've hated on him quite a bit.
Why? Because it seems to me that he's hardly the only player who's underperforming. There must be something about the way in which he's underperforming that gets to you.
It's just like, I don't know. Deebo used to always do something that used to just change games. He did it last game. He had that 87-yard punt return, but then Eric saw that was a bad holding call. I don't think that was a holding call. But he used to, now with Ayuk's injury, he used to this should be a time for Deebo to step up. And has he done that? No. He literally, I don't know why we're not.
Are you saying that Deebo should lock in?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying he should lock in. This is a chance for him to prove, because he used to be our wide receiver one over Ayuk. And then everyone had that argument. No, it's Ayuk's our wide receiver one. Everyone agreed with that. Yes, Ayuk's our wide receiver one, but it used to be Deebo. This is a chance for Deebo to prove, no, I'm wide receiver one, but no, he doesn't care. He's doing his Deebo podcast. He's talking about Terrell Owens and all that stuff. I honestly think only thing he cares about right now is his podcast.
See, and that's tough because you got Christian McCaffrey over here also struggling. Maybe he's struggling even more, but no one's questioning whether he cares. You can see it all over his face. It's killing him. And I think fans would just like to see that it matters to Deebo. I mean, everyone's entitled to get older and fade. Like, we will too one day. But I don't know, man. I'm not knocking him for doing this. I think this is kind of like your duty when you start making $24 million a year when the team's like, hey, man, we're really trying to push these nachos. Can you help us? Yeah, man. But I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, on the field, and then coupled with how he's tried to be a leader, which is like hold others accountable, but not himself. Not inspiring.
Well, you talk about Christian McCaffrey. I think people got to cut McCaffrey some slack. Like, he just missed 10 weeks. I understand. I don't know why Shanahan's not playing Jordan Mason, but you got to cut McCaffrey some slack. And it's just, it is funny too, because we talk about Deebo, how he hasn't been good at all this season. And now you see him recording a nacho commercial in the back. I don't know if it's a nacho commercial, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a nacho commercial.
Look, all I know is that he's behind the counter in a lounge in Levi Stadium, almost like he would be serving you. So I can just picture it's like on the Jumbotron at the end of the first quarter, go get our new brisket nachos or whatever they're trying to sell. And Deebo's the face of it, which honestly, like, if one player on the team had to sell some food and make it look delicious, has to be him.
It has to. I mean,
because I wouldn't believe that Fred Warner would be eating some nachos or Nick Bosa. Like, no, you're eating a protein shake and some water. But Deebo,
you're bettering yourself. You're bettering yourself. Deebo,
He would know the tastiest snacks, so I think that's a smart call.
100%.
He's gonna come over and smack me, dude. It's gonna be your fault.
What do you think predictions for the Bills game? What do you think's gonna happen?
They're gonna lose.
Really? Wow.
They're gonna lose by a lot. Sorry, did I stutter? Did I hesitate on that one? They're gonna lose. Maybe maybe if it dumps snow and they cancel the game, they won't lose. Maybe if they physically can't run or throw a pass, there could be an equalizer. But like,
no, but
this team beat the Chiefs.
Exactly. But Grant, I see Niners fans, and listen, I'll say again, I'm a Niners fan. I love the Niners. You saw the TikTok I sent you. I said we are going to beat the Green Bay Packers. Did I think we were going to beat the Green Bay Packers? No. I had no. There's people that genuinely think we're going to beat the Bills. Do people not remember last year playoff game when it was raining and Purdy had to put a glove on in the first quarter? If it's snowing, Purdy's going to have to put a glove on because he's got small hands. We're losing the game, and I won't be surprised. I think final score 40-something to 10. That's
assuming Purdy plays. Because if I were his agent, I'd be like, hey, is your arm 100% healthy? It's 98% healthy. Don't play.
Exactly.
Don't play.
But then we got Brandon Allen, so.
Oh, don't talk crap about Brandon Allen. Mash, good stuff, man. Call in anytime.
See you, man.
All right. Mason AG. What's going on, Mason?
How you doing, Grant? Thanks for
I'm doing good.
Being entertaining. I think a lot of Niner fans at this point in the season are delusional. They're used to being contenders under Kyle, and they're turning to you for some entertainment. So we do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Trying to keep it spicy.
So I'm just mostly here to sort of echo a tired part of this fan base. I think I'm tired of this regime. I get bored watching. I get drawn away and not really caring anymore. And I mean, I can't even imagine the players. Some of these guys.
There's a reason they don't let presidents serve for more than 8 years. 8 years is a long time. It's a long time.
Well, and Kyle's not the president. He's the dictator. He's the GM. He's the owner. I mean,
he is the dictator of the team. You're right.
Yeah, and at this point, the decisions, the poor choices, personnel. I think you've talked about that a lot. Overrated.
Should we call him King Kyle? Should we call him King Kyle?
King Kyle might
He's
be
King
good.
Kyle. He's
King
Kyle.
of the San Francisco Schlemiels, right? Thank you for teaching the New York vocabulary to a Midwesterner like me. I appreciate it.
Where are you calling
from? Green Bay, Wisconsin. I was at that game.
I was just there. Nice, man.
Yeah, I got to talk to Matty Mayoko. That was the highlight of the day for sure. Yeah, he's so humble. He's so humble.
Interrupting you. Go ahead.
Oh no, not a problem at all. I mean, a lot of fans, especially fans of you, they kind of can echo this sentiment. Bad personnel decisions, overpaid, overrated vets that are just name value at this point. Christian McCaffrey over Garendo and Jordan Mason, things of that nature. And I also think, there's just this principle, this overarching big picture thing. Kyle's this offensive genius, and every playoff game going back to when he had, younger George Kittle and all these running backs, the defense has been the defense, even the special teams has been the ender, the game decider, right? Green Bay, Dallas, all these 2021 playoff games, 2022, they beat Dallas 19-12. I think the only two playoff games under this whole regime, under King Kyle's regime, has been that was led by offense, has been Green Bay in 2019 and Seattle in the wild card. But I think it's not the quest for 6 anymore. It's the quest to blow it up. I think Purdy's not good enough. Kyle's not good enough. These whole people carrying water for either
Christian
side.
McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, the guy over my shoulder, who I'm not going to name. A lot of players.
Yeah. But good for Jed. Hopefully Deebo can get him some money through nacho commercials.
Ooh. Deebo, please don't sue me like Drake is suing his. I don't know if it seems to be. My best guess is it's nacho. It could be pizza.
Could be pizza.
Saturated
fat either way, carbs. That's what I think of when I think of Deebo. Mike and Ike.
Ooh. I didn't say it.
But yeah, I think, fourth quarter decisions, things like that. King Kyle, the empire crumbles even when things look good from the outside. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. I'll keep it short for you. And thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Emperor Kyle is even better. It almost makes him seem like he's like a Sith Lord or something. I don't know why. Mason, have a good one.
Okay. Have a good one, Grant.
You guys are killing it so far. You guys, again, on the Cohn phone, you're welcome to call in and say whatever the hell you want to say, whatever take. I am giving you guys a little bit of a prompt, though, and you can throw it away. But my question is, I think we all know the season's going off the rails, and they're not going to win this weekend. And even if they do somehow win the division, they're not going anywhere in the playoffs. So my question is, I've seen people like Jesse Naylor, who I respect, Akash, on Twitter say, you know what? Yeah, bad season. Give him one more chance. You can't fire a guy 1 year after a Super Bowl appearance. Give him one more chance. And my question is, do you agree with that? Do you want to do you think the fair and prudent thing is to give him one more chance? And if you don't feel that way, why? And if you do feel that way, what makes you hopeful that next year will be a return to what they used to be, the deep playoff run, if not the Super Bowl? That's my question. Again, you don't have to answer that question if you don't want to. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. Tony, what's up?
What's good, Grant? How you feeling, bro? Can you hear me?
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, first and foremost, all hail Emperor Kyle. You feel what I'm saying? But nah, seriously though, the whole time I was thinking, listening to everybody talk about the title of your video, the future of the Niners, and kind of to answer your question, man, it's so hard because what we need to see from Kyle really is we just need Kyle to change. We need him to stop being so stubborn. We need him to stop trying to be the dictator, stop trying to be the GM, be the head coach, bring in somebody else to help you on offense. But by the time we figure out if he's willing to do that or not, we would have wasted another season. Yeah. So for me personally, I kind of still,
Tony,
I feel
real
yes,
quick,
sir?
I'll let you keep going. Does Kyle seem like the kind of guy? He's 45 years old. Does he seem like the kind of guy who's about to have that moment of introspection and be like, hey, it's been me. New year, new me. To me, that's almost what makes him is that he won't ever do that. Ever.
Facts. And you're right. And just look at the last game. You feel me? In the press conference. What's the first thing that he said when they asked him, yo, Kyle, what happened? Oh, defense. The defense. Come on, bro. Mm-hmm. Just keep it real.
Scored 10 points. He scored 10 points.
Facts. You don't know how
what
many
game
49er
are you 10 points, man.
You don't know how many 49er fans last Super Bowl that I had to argue with because they're like, oh, Steve Wilkes didn't. Bro, you only scored 19 points. The defense did their job.
The only reason you were in the overtime to begin with is because the defense did its job. The only reason you made it to overtime with 19 points is because of the defense.
Facts, man. And I want to be, you feel me, with Jesse and them boys and be like, yeah, give him another chance. But at the same time, I'm kind of tired of waiting around for him to get over the hump. I'm tired of seeing him make terrible decisions with our resources, draft picks, free agency. I'm kind of over it, man. I'm tired of the Cabo clique. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing him kind of outcast certain players, Jimmy Ward. Now he's doing the same thing to Jordan Mason. We forget about Willie Snead, who said just a couple years ago on X that Kyle did this stuff. We all said, oh, he's just mad because he got cut. And it's like, nah, proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't talking about himself. Maybe he was talking about just like the overall feeling in the locker room of players who aren't in that Cabo clique.
Word. He could have been, man.
The fact that the clique exists and has a name is not good.
No, it's not good at all, man. And it's just shows you the type of the real culture of the 49ers. I don't know, man.
They've been doing this for like an hour. Bro. What do you think they're filming over there? They've done like 18 takes.
Bro, I don't know, bro. But, the whole Deebo thing, and he used to be my favorite player, man. But
I don't think I would buy something that Deebo is selling right now. Right now. Now, if it was Juwan Jennings, I might want to buy that.
Word, yeah.
But
Juwan is that guy.
The Deebo dog? Sorry, Deebo. I'm gonna.
Nah, I can't mess with that, bro. I don't even know what that's gonna do to me, bro. If it's gonna make me live the way you play, I don't want that, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm straight.
Hey, man, good call. Thanks for calling. Where you calling from?
Actually, Bridgeville, Delaware, bro.
That's hella far away. How'd you become
a
Niner
man?
Fan?
My grandfather was a Niners fan, and he passed away. And my mom told me when I was a kid, 2005, actually, when they were just as sorry as they are now. And I was like, I'm a ride. Bang, bang, Niner game.
Love it, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. You have a great day, bro.
One thing I like about the Niners in general and their fans, like it connects generations. Like I'm not a Niner fan. My dad's not a Niner fan, but it connects us in a way. We can talk through the team. A lot of people are Niner fans across the globe because their dad was. Wasn't that Vish's story? Like Vish, he's from Chicago. Why are you a Niner fan? Because his dad is. And that's a big part of their relationship. So I think the Niners are bringing families together, but they're also driving families apart, friends apart, because people have such strong takes about the Niners. I mean, God, me and Rob don't even stream together anymore because we disagreed so much about Kyle. It's rough, but at least me and my dad still love each other. Korean 49er, how are you? I just drove through your city. I was there. I drove through Milwaukee. It looks really nice, man. Nice little downtown on the water. I liked it.
Hopefully Green Bay treated you well. That's the most important thing.
Those people up there are so nice.
Isn't it a little bit culture shock getting out of the
It
Bay?
is. Everyone's so, because like you go to Lambeau and like anytime I go to a stadium, I don't know where I'm going, so I have to ask someone like, "Hey, where's the media entrance?" In LA, they'll be like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. I'll just go screw myself." In Green Bay, they're like, "Oh, let me walk you over." It's like, "Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Appreciate it."
I always thought that Midwest people are the nicest people just because we have the crappiest weather in the winter and have to, suffer through that and some of the other things. But I did.
At least it was kind of not that cold this time. Anyway, go ahead.
I did land a new job and I started my 3rd week this week. So,
congrats. Love to hear it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
To me, I think our organization is, to borrow a Yiddish word, is Meshugana.
Meshugana, I love it. You get extra points. Anytime anyone uses Yiddish on the show, you get extra bonus points.
Well, we see that D'Amico Ryans and Adam Peters, they left the 49ers organization, and what did they do as one of their first moves? They drafted a quarterback very early and established that identity. I can't say that we know where Stroud and Daniels may end up, how great a starting quarterbacks they may be, but at least they're off to pretty good starts. And I know
Don't
Stroud
you think it's interesting that Adam Peters brought Dan Quinn with them to like that? That was Kyle's head coach. And then they also brought Anthony Lynn over, who was Kyle's assistant head coach. I think those are the only Kyle affiliated people he brought over. Everyone else was new. I think that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought that too. So going back to Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud, who knows where they may end up, a few more years down the line, or if they'll get the big extensions. But at least we see that you're going to take the lumps early and then see how they, develop and learn and find a way to get better.
And what's funny is like, where would Kyle be right now? Where would the Niners be right now if he had just taken that approach? You got the number 2 pick, first year in the league as a head coach. Just take one of the quarterbacks. I mean, if you took a name out of a hat, you would have had a 67% chance of getting a quarterback they could have won with immediately. Watson or Mahomes. They might have been able to win with freaking Trubisky. I don't know. Like, they were undefeated with Jimmy in 2017. The reason they lost so many games that season is because they had 2 of the worst quarterbacks in the freaking league in Hoyer and Beathard. So, yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I always thought that, if you don't have an elite quarterback, you need to be at least an elite coach. And I know I'll give Kyle grace. He just started becoming a head coach, and he had the opportunity to have growing pains and lumps, along the way. So I'm not going to blame him for it. But I can't blame Brock for, the insufficiencies of Kyle at this time. 8 years in, as a coach.
I feel you. I agree with that. Korean Niner, always a pleasure.
Load up on wings in Buffalo. I heard they're actually pretty
I'm
decent.
going to. I don't think there's going to be much else to do. No offense to Buffalo. Maybe I'll go learn. But,
maybe you can grab a coat. Maybe you can go take a quick jaunt to Niagara Falls. That's not too far.
Yeah, if it's not super duper snowing, but I'll try. That'd be
Sir.
Cool. Lombardi's going to. Lombardi's going to go. He's going to be on Niagara Falls. He's going to make a video. God, man. He's going to do it. I'm going to beat him to it. I'm going to be there first. In your face, David.
There you go. Take your passport if you want to go to Canada, too. It's just right across the bridge.
What can you do? Get a little poutine?
Yeah.
Poutine's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, man. Have a good one.
So thank you, sir.
Take care. Lil Hurl, are you pulled over? Give me a nod if you are. You are. Appreciate you. All right, let's do this. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm pulled over. I'm good, Grant. I'm good. Glad to talk to you. Long time, first time.
Appreciate
I'll let you real quick.
Right.
I think they filming back there. They gotta be filming something with food. I'd buy some hot wings or something that Deebo's eating. If he's smacking on some wings, I'll get those. He'll make me eat boneless wings.
About Smash
that?
Burger. Boneless burger, like a fried chicken sandwich.
Hey, a fried chicken sandwich with a little bit dripping. I got you.
Yep,
Man,
I would
that
eat that.
sounds good. But
Yep.
you know, see both sides, man, and that's my pain. On the
Okay.
one hand, Kyle has done a tremendous amount of work. He's done a tremendous amount of good.
Yep.
But for me, the turning point is watching a special teams player have a ball bounce off him in the Super Bowl, and then we turn around the next season and watch him do it again.
Yeah.
If you're not going to learn from your mistakes, if you're not going to own your mistakes, if you're not going to make your players own their mistakes, then are you really effective?
Right.
And that's my problem, is that we are starting to see some of the same traits come up. We've had bad special teams damn near the entire time he's been coach. And it hasn't mattered, right? Because Deebo's been able to break off a big run. We've been able to hit a long bomb. But now that we don't necessarily have all of our weapons, we don't have Ayuk out there. You have to manufacture wins, and you manufacture wins by doing all the little things. And we don't do the little things because Kyle never cared about the little things. And it's been evident throughout his entire coaching. And we give you a pass. It's a little thing. Hey, to quote your father, it's a little thing to come out there and take the side of a player, to take a side of your wide receiver. Right? Cool. You took his side. You know what? Everybody else didn't. Actually, we did until we didn't. We did until he wasn't locked in. And the moment you're not locked in, now not only are we looking at you, are we looking at Deebo sideways, we looking at the coach sideways.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of your last callers brought up a great point. A player did say Kyle plays favorites. Combo Click can do no wrong. How you gonna win games that way? How you gonna win games when, if I'm cool with you, I don't have to be the best in my position because I still got my spot. But there's young and hungry folk who ain't got what I got that aren't gonna see the light of day. And that's the type of stuff that costs you your job. The moment you start doing that stuff, it's over. And that's why I have a hard time seeing us moving forward with him, because again, he's not letting the best players play. You know what? If I watched,
He's the problem.
I think his philosophy, his inability to just own shit, move on, is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because if I can't own something, then I'm gonna double down, triple down, quadruple down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it
Which
to the
we
White
see him
House.
do. We could just call him Double Down, because that could be his name.
Double down. Hey, and
Double Down.
So,
hey, let me get real quick. I got a question
Please.
for you. What do you think
Please.
Kyle's record is in the last 17 games? That's a full season, and I'm including playoffs here. What do you think his record is in the last 17 games?
Well, I think we lost 5 last season. So then in the last
17.
Well, no, the last 17, God, 5, well, not 5 and 12, but
They're
maybe
8 and 9 in the last
8,
17.
9. Yeah. And so,
8 and 9.
Overall, he's a 500 head coach, right? Oh, he has as many losing seasons as winning seasons potentially, right? And so there's some great stuff there. And the great stuff was always his offensive scheme. And so if folks are catching up with you and you're not necessarily making adjustments,
he doesn't have much more to offer beyond his scheme. And if his scheme isn't cutting edge, I mean, his decision making, his roster management, his game management, like that all leaves a ton to be desired. But his scheme could override so much. I mean, those days are over. And I feel like it's over in LA too. Like the Rams are having the same issue over there. They're not good anymore. They're just relentlessly mediocre.
You're gonna beat us. How you not good and you can beat us?
That's
the thing. If you can look in the mirror and say, you know what, let me take a little bit. Oh, you know what worked against the Niners? Let me do that. We don't even do what worked against Green Bay for Chicago. You can't look me in the eye and tell me that coming into the season, we thought Chicago was a better team, and yet they ran all over Green Bay. And what do we do? Less than 40 yards. That gets me mad because, if we had 70, okay, whatever, right? That's about average. 70, 80, it's still putrid. But we supposed to be a running team. We got a backup quarterback. And you know what, Grant? I appreciate you. I'm about to get a little too mad.
You were getting worked up. I respect it.
A little too mad.
I respect it. Something self-restraint's important, man. I got you.
Hey, you know what? Keep doing what you do, though, because we do appreciate you. For real,
Thank
100.
you, man. Call anytime, Lil Ho. That was great. And he pulled over, man. That was just so professional. Mason. So we got Mason, Paul, KJ, Ant-Man's Builds, and Chris Dolph. Everyone, if I mispronounced your name, you guys will be in. We got another 34 minutes. Let's get to Mason. What's up, Mason?
What's going on? Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely, man. Good to see you.
I think the word of
Would you do me a favor, though? Would you put
Yeah.
your leg down? I don't want to, and just be a little like more like, there you go. Come here, come a little color. Come, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
My bad,
So
my
things-
bad.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. All right.
Word of the season is definitely accountability, like no question. So from the players to the coaches to the front office, I think the front office doesn't get as much flack as it should. I think somebody's got to hold. I've never seen a coach GM kind of combo like ours in ever. I haven't seen a coach just not have to face the GM of the team. You know what I mean? Like I've never
Mhm.
seen that before, and I feel like that's a big problem. I feel like the reason why we're bashing Kyle and we're getting on Kyle so hard is also because he has John Lynch as his boss, and John Lynch is doing a terrible job at holding him to those standards. I think that's an issue. Like I like even Andy Reid. Like you said it last week in one of your live shows. Even Andy Reid has somebody to answer to. Like, and I mean,
Yeah, but
there's no
Kyle hired John Lynch, so I mean, it's kind of like if you want Kyle to really be accountable, you'd have to bring in a strong general manager. No offense to John
Or a
Lynch,
new-
but how do you tell someone what to do when they hired you? Like they could fire you. He could fire Lynch, which is
I
the
get
problem
that,
with
but
the whole setup.
Yeah, that's the power dynamic. That's the issue.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
if it was any other, like, and that's why I'm on Team Fire Kyle, is because if he goes to a new team where the circumstances are different. I mean, for both sides, for us and for him, like having to that's gonna force him to have to adjust. Like we keep talking about, oh, Kyle needs to change, but I mean, if he goes,
He's not
and
going to
has
do it
somebody-
on his own.
Exactly, that's my point.
You know what
He's not
forces
just-
someone to change? Getting fired
Exactly.
and starting over.
I mean, look
Then
at
you
Andy
got to
Reid.
look in the mirror, else you're going to make the same mistake.
Yeah, like Andy Reid is just the perfect example. Like in Philly,
Mhm.
like he was a great coach in Philly. He didn't win one.
He's better in Kansas City.
Exactly.
And
I
it's
feel
not
like-
just Mahomes. He's legitimately better. Like this man hasn't had a losing season in Kansas City. I don't believe he's had a losing season in Kansas City. I mean, he's as consistent as it gets. And he was
Right.
doing it with Alex Smith for a while.
Exactly. And I think that's a big issue. Obviously, part of it is Kyle and his personnel issues, but I mean, part of it is just the play calls. Like the play calls haven't been there. We can move down the field perfectly fine, but when we get inside that 20-yard line, it's just abysmal. Like, and the only person that I've seen outside of Kittle that's been able to moderately fix that is Jordan Mason, and we just won't play him. So,
And here's one thing I don't understand about like advanced stats. The advanced stats say this offense is great. And the number one thing that like David Lombardi always goes to is estimated points added, EPA. What about actual points added? It seems to me if you're counting estimated, I mean, I was an English major. I didn't even do math in college, but if you're trying to calculate estimated points, that seems to make like red zone production. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's random. It's not random.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Some teams are good at it. Some teams are bad at it.
I can't remember if
Estimated
it was
points.
Ryan or somebody said, PFF has Jake Brendel rated off absolutely terrible, but then you go into the building and everybody's like, oh, he's great. Oh, he's great. Okay, well, somebody's lying. Like,
Yeah.
And like you said,
That was Larry.
so if somebody's lying and, only one of these things has a relationship with the player. Like, it's just accountability. It's personnel. It looks bleak, but I will say, you can't say that the team hasn't dug themselves out of graves before. Like, they have to start this week. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think really anybody thinks it's going to happen. But, I mean, there's a fighting chance, I guess.
It's like they waited until they
guess.
were in the casket with like 5 feet of dirt over them to
Right.
start like trying to get out. Like, yo, you could have. This was a process you might have wanted to start a while ago, but it's true.
Right.
They got 6 more games. See what happens, man. Mason.
If Brock doesn't play, then it's over. Like, it is what it is. Like,
If Brock does play, it might be over too, which is why, from Brock's perspective, you might not want to play in this game, buddy. I don't know. You don't want to say that. You want to be a warrior out there and
Yeah,
stuff.
we
But if
gotta-
I was his agent, I'd be like, "But dude, do not play.
I mean,
You can't play
I,
this
as
game.
a
You're
fan
gonna
of the
lose.
team,
It's gonna be bad."
I know you're not a fan of the team, but as a fan of the team, like, I want to see him play. I want to see him
Sure.
compete. Like, I want to see
course.
him, lock in, so to speak.
No, what you don't want to see is Brandon Allen ever again.
Exactly. Never,
Right.
never. I don't even
Never.
want to see him on the team. I don't
Nope.
want to see him as a backup. Keep
Nope.
Josh. I wish we would have played Tanner. Like, I think Tanner got a cannon. I think he could have made it happen. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Mason, you're on a roll. I got to take more
Yeah,
calls though, but you're
of
always
course.
welcome to call in. Great job, dude.
See you, buddy.
Thank you
Yep.
very much. Except for when he was trying to show us down the short. I love you, Mason. But he was like really angling it. I was like, dude, hold on. I'm gonna get to you next, Paul. But right now, got a little Bet US action, sponsor of the show. Looking at you go to their betus.com, click on football, season awards, coach of the year. Where is Kyle Shanahan? Can we bet on, because he's gonna go on a run. I actually don't see him on the board, which, I guess John Harbaugh's plus 15,000. Why? And Jim Harbaugh is plus 500. See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Jim Harbaugh is an excellent coach. John Harbaugh is objectively better than Jim. And John Harbaugh has had one losing season in like 17 years, and he's never going to win this. Maybe he's won the award. He probably won the award before. I know he's won the award. But like, is this not the best year he's having? I don't know. I'm just going to put down money across. I'm going to bet on hella people to win this award, because I want to make sure that if I do win, that I don't win any money actually. So John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, Nick Sirianni, people hate him, but he's actually doing a good job. I don't know why people hate him. He's kind of annoying. Kevin O'Connell, he's doing good. Let's put. What he's doing with Sam Darnold's probably the most impressive. And then Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is an objectively better coach than Sean McVay. How about that? What's so funny is, like, a couple years ago, Sean McVay trades Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks to Detroit. And you're thinking, man, Detroit's so stupid. You got rid of Stafford. And they win 1 Super Bowl. Like, okay, cool. You won 1. Doug Peterson won 1. Nick Foles won 1. Like, where you at now? Oh, you're relentlessly mediocre, and Detroit's the best team in the league by far. And you set them up. Like, nice. Dan Campbell. Good stuff. I'm gonna stick with those ones, place my bets. And again, I'm not winning any money on this one because I don't know what I was thinking. But I think it's fair to say that Kyle's probably not going to win Coach of the Year. I don't know. See, Paul, what's on your mind?
Not much. How are you?
I'm okay. Where are you calling from?
Good. I'm calling from Colorado.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Been a longtime fan of yours, your dad's prior. Try to chat every time you guys are on. Send a message. Been a member of your group for about 3 years now. So
thanks, Paul.
Just appreciate what you do. Appreciate your dad kind of getting back into the game a little bit with you a little bit. That's always an entertaining show. So biggest thing I want to talk to you about is, I've been a fan of the Niners since I was little. And it would affect me if they lost, had a bad game or whatever. But over the last probably year and a half, maybe 2 years since I've been listening to you, like, they can lose and it doesn't bother me anymore. It's just, I didn't lose. My Monday starts. I go to work. I look forward to your show and all the other shows coming the week. I almost feel like you win a little bit because it's entertainment. That's kind of how I look at football anymore. It's just entertainment and win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, this team is interesting whether they win or lose.
It is.
The story
Absolutely.
goes on. Yeah.
Yes, it does. And
yeah,
so many people, to watch and listen to. But like I said, I look forward to your shows. And I always look forward to seeing Mr. Cohn on too. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Paul. That was very nice of you. Super nice. Appreciate you, Paul. All right, KJ, you would be next, but you got to turn your camera on. Unless I've eaten dinner with you and I know you and what your character is, I'm not letting someone come on with a camera off so they can like turn it on midstream and be naked. I don't trust you. I'm not getting. And I just gave you ideas too. KJ, I don't trust you at all. I don't know you. He turned it on, but I can't see his face. Now I can see his forehead. I can see the top half of the face. What's up, KJ? How you doing?
Dude, I don't like being on camera. I'm not gonna flash you. Like, would you?
Fair enough. It's happened a couple of times where people try to do that, and I'm not giving people ideas. I'm giving people ideas now.
Okay.
If you want to turn it off, you're welcome to. Go ahead.
Cool.
All right.
You let someone on that flashy, man. I ain't got it.
That's my fault.
Yeah. So I want to ask a question and answer to your question.
Sure.
Like, does Kyle Shanahan deserve another chance? Okay. Well, my question is like, what's gonna change? Because the things I have on my mind is like, okay, are Deebo and CMC gonna still be the main features, even though everyone knows that? Are we still gonna draft and sign and re-sign shitty alignment? Because me and my friend text each other all the time, like, dude, Kyle's licking his lips ready to re-sign McKivitz and Brendel this offseason for no reason. And like, are we going to continue to draft rookies with potential just to bench him. Like, because if we're just gonna keep running it back with dumbass decisions, like, what's the point, bro? Like, I don't want a
That's what I
rerun of
think.
this movie.
Like, this guy's getting more stubborn. You'd say, like, if he would just become a little more flexible and adapt and change, like, he's getting more stubborn as he ages, which I think happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, like everyone can clown on Sirianni because he is corny, but the difference
Very.
between him and Shanahan, like, we were all laughing at Sirianni, like they lost. Oh, are you okay?
I'm fine. Keep going. Sorry about that.
They lost that last stretch of the season. Was it last year, I think, where everybody was laughing at them? Like, after the Niners beat their ass, they just lost and kept losing and losing until the Niners just took over. But the difference is, he seems like he's willing to change. Like, he's got new coaching staff. He's not the OC. He doesn't need to be.
He's not doubling down on his mistakes.
No, he's fine getting rid of players that just don't work in his system, quote unquote system anymore. He's fine to move on. He's not friends with his players. Versus Kyle, it's like, hey man, I went to your wedding. We went to these parties. You know, 2019. You know what's up? And it's like, dude,
Jordan, you want the ball? Get married to get married to Miss Universe and invite me, and we'll talk.
It's just all in all, to say my point. You guys want to keep him another year, okay? But is he gonna do the same shit again? If he is, no, goodbye. I'm done.
Yeah, it would be nice, like, for the Yorks to bring him into their office. Like, hey man, like, we kind of want to fire you, but before we do, why don't you just tell me why next year will be different? Tell me why next year will be different. What's going to be different about next year? And like, just listen to what he says. What's going to be different? What are you going to change? Because we're going to fire you today. Talk us out of it.
Dude, Jed doesn't have those stones. I'm sorry. Like, the last thing I'll say is, I wasn't done with Kyle after he lost the 2019 Super Bowl. I wasn't done with him then. I was actually still hopeful. I was done when he lost that NFC Championship game to the Rams, because that was proof to me. You repeated the same mistakes. And that was when Deebo was in his prime, like actually good, and you refused to play him?
Yep.
What? How can I expect you to change if you're doing that?
Yeah, I agree. KJ, great call. Thank you for putting on your camera for a minute. I appreciate it. Call in anytime.
Yeah.
All right, KJ. Just killed it. Ant-Man Builds, you're technically next, but you don't have your camera on. Oh, what's up? He's there. Are you pulled over? Pulled over? You good? You good?
Go to work.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. What's up, man?
What's up, Grant? Long time no see. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, so first things first, all I want to say, it starts with accountability at the top. It starts with Kyle. We can't let it supersede him or go past him or try to blame the players or McCaffrey or Deebo. Yeah, we hold everyone to a standard, but at the end of the day, if he's not holding himself to a standard, where are we at actually?
And why would Deebo? If Kyle won't hold himself accountable, why would Deebo? I mean, the leader sets the example.
And then also, like one of the past guests had said about the Cabo clique, the same thing. You know, him in that clique, it's an outlier to the team because it shows the rest of the team that they're not actually worth anything, you know, and that all you give worth to is the 5 or 6 players that are within your circle that you deem, you know, untouchable. That's
exactly the word I was going to use.
You know,
yeah, everyone else is replaceable. Don't buy a house around here. You rent. But if these guys, I mean, they'll be about wedding. You know, I mean, I'll be calling them way after we retire. Like, that's kind of strange.
And that's not good. Like, as a coach, you have to be able to separate yourself. There have to be moments where you do engage in activities with the team, you know, and you become more on a player level with them. But then there are instances where you have to hold them to the highest regard. And with Deebo, it has to be, you know, in the Super Bowl, having the amount of targets he had, I think it was 11, and only catching, I think, 2 or 3 passes. You know, it's stuff like that. And then him wanting to hold other players accountable but not look himself in the mirror. It's little things like that stem from Kyle. And I think that's where it's coming from. And like you pointed out on one of your videos this past week about Christian being, you know, in the locker room and feeling down and alone by himself, that shows, that bleeds and shows where our team is at and where the flaws are. You know, we have one of our leaders in Christian who came back body suffering, you know, comes back from a injury that can end a career and decimate a lifetime of walking for him, you know, and he's willing to put his body on the line for us. And the rest of the team is not looking themselves in that same regard and being able to hold themselves up. Whether we have a Javon Hargrave or, you know, a Nick Bosa on the field, next man up was always the term that we used, you know, and it was always ready when we stepped on the field. But now it feels like there's no man ready up. No one is ready. Everyone is just looking at the next man like, are you going in? Is it my turn? Like
And what's funny, like in the Super Bowls, was it the Cabo click balling out, or was it like Raheem Mostert, Jawan Jennings? You know, you need the whole team. It's not just the upper ups. Anyway, thanks for calling in, man. Great stuff.
Have a great one.
Good stuff, man. Have a good one, man. We got about 20 minutes left and about 7 people left in the queue. So if it's all right, could you knock it out in 3 minutes? I won't interrupt. 3 minutes is 180 seconds. I think you could say a lot. And if you need more time, I won't stop you. But let's see if we can do these in 3 minutes each. Power-packed takes. Chris, how you doing? You are mute. There you go.
Not bad. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good. So I wanted to go on here and talk about Kyle Shanahan a little bit.
Floor is yours.
I think he deserves a lot of credit.
Okay.
He, in 6 years, built the best team in football, in my opinion. But the problem was he still couldn't win a Super Bowl with the best team in football.
Yep.
And I don't know. At this point, I think if he's not able to do that, will he ever be able to do that? And following the Super Bowl, Steve Wilks was let go as well. And Steve Wilks does deserve some blame. I mean, he wasn't prepared for some of the Chiefs' bread and butter plays. You know, the corn dog. It's a play they won the Super Bowl on. Everyone knew that was coming.
True. That's true. Is that what he calls it? Corn dog?
Yeah, corn dog.
Good name. Good name.
I think they ran it with Chad Henne whenever Patrick Mahomes went out during the conference championship a few years ago.
Okay.
But anyway, if you're planning on running it back with the same squad, you don't want to have a different defensive coordinator every other year or every year. And so if you bring back Steve Wilks, I think that shows that Kyle Shanahan thinks the squad can run it back. Instead, he chooses to go, well, I guess he tried to get Bill Belichick and Steve Spagnuolo and some of those guys.
Jeff Holbert, yeah.
But
settled for his fourth choice, which is always inspiring. Hey, guys, we got a new defensive coordinator. It's the fourth guy on my list. You're going to love him.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we didn't want him last year, and I didn't really want him this year either, but we got him, and this is going to be good. And don't worry, we got Brandon Staley, too. Nick Bosa knows what I'm talking about. Nick, tell everyone how good Brandon Staley is. Sorry.
No, exactly. And, I mean, there's just no... I don't know. I want to see what this team can do with another offensive coordinator, head coach. I mean, if Kyle was willing to hire an offensive coordinator, then I'd be willing to give him more of a shot. But we've seen the same thing from Kyle year after year. He has not proven that he can adapt. And even against Green Bay, we saw them using 2 running backs effectively, which is something I've wanted to see since they brought McCaffrey to the team. McCaffrey and Mason in the same backfield. And
who are the coaches that Kyle Shanahan brought to the team this year? New coaches. Brandon Staley, Mick Lombardi. No offense, but those 2 guys didn't do well in their last stop. There wasn't a lot of, demand around the league for their services. So it seemed kind of like Kyle was scraping the bottom of the barrel in both cases after losing Wilks and Lynn. You replace them with guys who objectively aren't better, and here we are. Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good stuff. That was a good call. Ruben, you're next, then Rod, then Seth, and Anthony, Ed. A lot of people jumping in at the last minute. I'll see what I can do. If I can go overtime, I'll have to talk to my boss. Ruben, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Grant?
How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
Happy Thanksgiving week.
You
I
too.
just wanted to hop on here because I moved down to San Diego when the Chargers were boo-boo.
Great
I know.
city.
I don't know why this is that.
I love San Diego.
It's great to visit. I'll leave it at that. It's great
Oh,
to visit.
okay. I've
It's
never.
a
Yeah,
little
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I just
it's a little
visit.
difficult to live, but that's all right.
Interesting.
That's not
Okay.
why I'm here.
Okay.
You know how upsetting it is to watch the Chargers having the success that they have? It's exactly what Jim Harbaugh has done for Stanford, for Michigan, for the 49ers before. So it's like inevitable. Even when I moved down here, everyone's like, "Oh, this is going to be the same old Chargers." I'm like, "No, Jim Harbaugh can do
No,
stuff and he's doing it." Allegedly. We'll see how it ends up.
because
But
culture matters, and that I
yeah.
mean, all the stuff that Kyle Shanahan scoffs at from Kyle's perspective, it's just scheme, and talent. But I think there's a whole lot more that other coaches provide. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you heard stories of Jim like getting in the weight room, rebuilding that thing, stuff like that. I don't know if Kyle's doing that, but hey, like honestly, giving Kyle the slightest slack because I'm pissed at him. But
Okay.
like he looks burnt. Like
He does.
at the beginning of the season, I remember a press conference. I forgot who asked him, but he was like, "Yeah, I came in. I was like, how many times have we done this? Like we've done this a lot, and short break and everything like that." And like, I don't expect Kyle to rebuild a weight room, out of that and stuff like that. Man, he's
I
looking
feel like
gassed.
every president is burnt after 8 years too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying he's the president, but he is the emperor of this team. He does all the jobs, and man, his approval rating is dipping, and it must be very frustrating. What? Sorry, I'm trying to shut you down.
No, it's cool. The nachos are cooking, but I think the last thing off that is just like, yeah, I mean this team is gassed. I mean, Fred is arguably one of the hardest emotional leaders on the team, but like it's hard to be leading the
He
team
seems
when
drained.
you're just out of breath and you're just trying to keep the defense together on a run like Josh Jacobs just running it down your throat over and over again and everything like that. So I mean I feel for the team, for the people that are actually giving the effort and everything like that. But yeah,
Jawan Jennings, Diamado Lenore, Jordan Mason,
I,
doesn't
I'm I'm
matter.
sure it's loud on the Brock running up and down the sidelines when Brandon Allen was like having a hard game. Like he was doing good for what we expected of him. But Brock is like trying to get, something going, trying to show him things and stuff like that. But man, it is hard when half the team is bought in. The people who haven't got paid are bought in. The people who are paid, very few aren't. So that's
Yeah,
it.
other than that, great season. Ruben, enjoy San Diego.
That's good. Thanks, Greg.
He had a whole story there. He was not feeling San Diego. Kilo TW said Kyle being allegedly inebriated at Super Bowl media day brings a new meaning to Super Bowl hangover. I don't know if he was whatever, but he did slur his words. Not the best look. M Bravo says it's fair to give him one more year, but I'm afraid. But it's fair to give him one more year, but I'm not fair. Get the hell out of here. The thing with Kyle is like, you want to like take a shot with your players before that, fine. But I don't think one shot makes you. But I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. It was a bad look. The Rod, people's champ. What's going on?
What's going on, Grant?
How you doing?
A little disappointed, man. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Grant, one of the main reasons why I became one of your biggest fans is because you actually tell the truth. And I think the younger fan base is what it has to be, to my own. I feel like the fact that you call out all of the possibilities that it could be reasons why the coach continues to fail, the one that you've hinted at the most, I don't have any solid proof that you're correct, but what else could it be? And that's ego.
Mm.
It's like, you give away 3 first-round picks. Okay, you off the hook for that. I've never known a coach that could have struck out that bad and continue to still have his job. I mean, that's just, it's held us back,
And he
man.
still has his job because he lucked into Brock, who's hurt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, even with Brock really wasn't your choice. You've made the comment on numerous occasions a long time ago as well. And like I said before, it's just these little things that you say that end up being true. And not only does it be true, but it's significant. Developmental quarterbacks. You've never developed a quarterback, bro. It's like, and the one quarterback that you
People
could have
compare him
had.
to Andy Reid. Andy Reid developed Donovan McNabb. I mean, there's a whole. It's not even close.
So why didn't you take Tom Brady? Tom Brady wanted to come.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said before,
because
Grant,
his ideal quarterback isn't Tom Brady. Tom Brady wants too much control of the offense. Kyle Shanahan wants Kirk Cousins. What does he like about Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins can make the throws that Tom Brady can make, but he doesn't want any of the control that Tom Brady. He'll just execute. And that's what Kyle wants, a guy who says, sir, yes, sir, and will be his friend and answers phone calls when he calls him after work.
Well, let me
Kirk
ask
will
you
do
this
that.
right here, because I know we got to make it quick. But do you think he has it in him to take a lesser role? Like, let's say, for instance, Bill Belichick, which I think it was an insult. We knew Bill Belichick would never come and be a defensive coordinator for you. Okay, but what if Bill Belichick agreed to come and play a similar role? You remember when Bill Walsh drew up a blueprint for Mariucci, and it got us back in winning contention? You think Belichick could help him, and that would probably mean relieving John Lynch from some of those human resources duties. But I mean, Belichick has shown in times past that, like Kyle, knows how to continue to rebuild after major pieces leave.
I think if Belichick's coming to the Niners, he's coming as the head coach, not to help Kyle, to replace Kyle. I think he wants back in the league as a head coach, and I think he's going to get his opportunity. We'll see. Rod, good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
Have a good one, Grant.
Have a good one. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys are waiting like an hour just to talk, and you get 3 minutes, so thank you very much. John Mathis, Hunter from Colorado, says he wants to play for the Niners. We need a package to trade out for him. Okay. Seth and Anthony. What's up, Seth?
Hey, Grant. What's up, my dude?
How you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Susanville, California, man. I'm driving through, and I saw the Cohn phone. I deliver for U.S. Foods, my company here, so I'm repping them. But listen, dude, at the end of the day, this comes down to Kyle, bro. And 8 years, never going to change, homie. Listen, I'm a shop steward for 175 drivers. That's what I do for a living. When I know a driver's not going to change, it's time to go. We've given him ample opportunity. No disrespect, man, but and his smugness, Grant, is the thing that drives me just absolutely bazonkers, bro. Like it's almost like me, and then he's the guy that'll look behind. You talking to me? Like, come on, man. Like, enough. Just take some accountability, some responsibility. But I will tell you this, though, Grant.
And he always says, "I don't have to change." Well, he always implies, like, or his fans, "I don't have to change because I could get a job with 30 other teams if I was available." Then go, dude. Go hang out. Go coach the Bears. Have a great time.
Exactly. The sad part is, Grant, you and I both know there would be 31 teams, maybe not, but like 26 teams willing to hire this guy second. Let him put up with his smug attitude, man. Don't want to
enjoy.
Exactly.
Have a great time.
But create a new Cabo clique, because at the end of the day, he's not going to change. But I do
take Juice with you. Take Deebo with you.
Yep. But I also think this speaks volumes, and you could agree, because you've been there, Grant. You're there every day, which I respect. Much respect to you, my man. It's like this roster is aged. It is tired, man. I think there is something to that. All the playoff games that they've been a part of, the deep runs. Like, bro, I've never seen Fred Warner in my life just not care, Grant. Like, I love Fred Warner. That's my guy. He literally on Sunday, bro, you could tell, did not care. Wanted nothing to do in that second half. And it reminds me of all these managers I've gone through with U.S. Foods for 5 years. Eventually, Grant, the message just don't get through to the player, man. Yep. You can tell Kyle talks, and it's like, bro, you ain't going to change. Who cares? I don't got to listen to you. Why would I listen to you? You ain't going to change my opinion, man. You are who you are. Don't try to teach me something new or something different, because it's not going to matter. So it's just disappointing, man. You know what I mean? The money to BA, God love him. Great talent, but should have never given it to him, bro. In no world or way do you justify paying a wide receiver $30 million a year when we are a run-first football team. What are we doing, bro? Like, I'm not even trying to be a jerk, man. Like, I'm going to go ask for $50 an hour. Bro, make it 38. Like, what?
And you can get 90% of Ayuk's production from Jawan Jennings for a quarter of the price. Yeah.
So it all started back then, bro. And God bless my boy Trent Williams. He had to get his money, bro. Like, it was time. He had to do it. So I understand. Hold out for what you feel like you're worth. You're a pro Hall of Fame player, right? But BAA, and just I'll let you go because I know you're busy, but with all your other callers. But we got to admit, the best part of BA getting his money is showing Kyle with them shorts, bro. You have to admit that was classic, right? Like, instantly, you saw Kyle like, what are you doing? After he signs that deal immediately. That's when you knew, dude. Kyle didn't matter on this football team no more. No, nobody listened to him, dog. It
It's like
wasn't
I
about
faced
Kyle.
you down in the most epic game of chicken of all time. You think I respect you more now?
Oh,
No,
yeah, bro. Yeah.
no. Seth, good stuff,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Good stuff.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, bro. You be
All
good,
right, man. You
okay?
too. Happy
Thanks,
Thanksgiving.
brother. Thank you.
You guys are bringing the heat today. This is a really good Cohn phone. We got Anthony, then Ed if he turns on his camera, then Warren, then Shreddy, then Tony, then TC. I'm trying to get through all of them, man. I'm going to try to extend this. This is OT, and I'm kicking off because I don't know the rules in OT. What's up, Anthony?
How you doing, Grant?
How you doing?
First thing I like to say is I'm not sure if you remember this, but you helped me out tremendously with the journalism project. I'm calling in from Tucson, Arizona, from the U of A. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for that.
Of course.
Second of all, I got two things: Deebo
Sure.
Samuel, Kyle Shanahan.
Go for
Deebo
it.
Samuel has been my favorite player since he came into the league. Rookie year went crazy. I thought his rookie year was amazing, and then obviously 2021 he turned up. Deebo Samuel has been the most disappointing NFL player. The follow-up has been the most disappointing I've seen in my lifetime. He went from dog, like Trent Williams, walking out of that tunnel, you know what I mean? The aura, as you would say, right? Tremendous. Blood, like coming for blood, you seeing red. And now I see a player that doesn't care. And he's kind of like Kyle, where like you said, not taking accountability, but trying to hold his teammates accountable. Like you're saying, Jake, you're gonna miss 3 kicks, but Deebo, you caught 2 passes or whatever. You drop how many passes? So that is probably my biggest takeaway of what's most disappointing for me as a Niners fan. I haven't seen a fall off like this. I don't know if I've seen a fall off like this other than Jimmy, but we knew Jimmy wasn't good. But regardless,
True.
I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Kyle, I'm pretty young. But seeing Jim Harbaugh and the success that he has over in Los Angeles, seeing what he's doing with Herbert pregame, that's what Jim did with Kaepernick. And I was a youngin' back seeing that, and I would rather have the fire that Jim brought, the fire that even Mike and this is gonna be a hot take. Mike Singletary seemed to care more at times than Kyle does in the last 3 years. And it's like this sense of Kyle goes to the media, like goes up to his press conference, and it's never like I got to take accountability here or I'm crushed by this loss. And obviously he looks like he's burnt out. He's tired. I'm sure he cares a lot about this team, but does he care more about the success of the team or the success of himself and carry on the family name, being like his dad? Like it's and obviously we can talk about how he responds to your question, Graham, but like he goes up there defeated, like, oh, I got to do another day of this. It's like, are you caring more about how you are right to the media, or you cared about drawing up these plays? Right. He's stale. Like you know what I mean? He would
rather lose his way than win our way. Oh, people telling me to play Jordan Mason. That's what I ain't gonna do.
I couldn't tell you, and I wish I could tell you. I saw this coming, but it's a big problem with the whole Niners organization right now. Fans are so tired. I don't know if I thought I could.
It's a culture issue. It's a culture issue, and no one down here wants to talk about it. They want to say it's injuries, man. Anthony, good stuff.
All right, thank you, Grant.
I think Niner fans get it, and I feel like are waiting for like the media to catch on and say what they already know. Kyle would never start rookie Russell Wilson over expensive free agent Matt Flynn says Droidian Seahawks have a title. That's correct. Tommy Huxley says D. Lombardi finally admitted Brendel sucks. I need to see that. Let me see the evidence of that. Ed, you ready? Ed, I see your face. I see your eyes and your okay. I trust Ed. What's up, Ed?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? First of all, I'll give Kyle Shanahan credit for these 8 years that I've seen the Niners. But come on, man, come on! Like it's been disappointing in those 8 years. Like he's making dumb decisions, dumb calls, like the play calling. For example, in this previous game against Packers, why are you using more Christian McCaffrey? You have Jordan Mason in the back, and you have Garendo in the back. They're doing good. They're doing excellent. And I don't know what. It's just pretty dumb, man. I'm just frustrated at all the Niners fans right now. I'm like, come on. And also another thing, Brandon Allen. I saw the press conference.
It's frustrating when he makes decisions. It's like, man, no one would do this. It's so why? There's no explanation. I'm with you, man.
It's just pretty dumb. And then Brandon Allen, I saw the press conference where you asked him why.
His finger's broken.
Yeah, his finger's broken. I'm like, why are you putting Brandon Allen over Josh Jobs? I'm like, it's just pretty dumb decisions.
Dobbs started
And
12 games last year. Allen hasn't started a game in 3 years. One's rusty, one's not. One's got a broken finger, one's not. I'm not saying Josh Dobbs is good, but like that's an easy decision. That's a no-brainer. There are no brainers that he's whiffing.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. You know, it's Kyle Shanahan. You know, but like the fans don't like seeing that. Like seeing, you know.
I'm telling you,
like,
if we collectively
those type of
banded
stuff,
together and told him don't ever play Jordan Mason again, the reverse psychology might work.
Yeah, just, you know, I know I'm a pretty young guy, you know, but I've seen, you know, through the John, you know, Jim
34?
Harbaugh era.
How old are you? 34?
No, I'm not. I'm 18, but I've seen the
Oh my
game
God.
through Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
So Jim Harbaugh era with Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith. So I've seen those games, but like at least Jim Harbaugh took in that accountability for himself and for his team. I know in the one press conference that I looked back and YouTube that where Jim Harbaugh, I think he said that he should have ran more with Frank Gore, and I think in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. I think so. I'm not sure, but you know, I wish Kyle Shanahan was like that, taking accountability. Like I should have done this, should have done that, but he doesn't. He takes too much pride of himself in his name, and but you know,
Ed,
it's really
I agree
sad.
with you, man. Good stuff.
Really sad.
Thanks for calling in.
Hey, you too, man. Have a Thanksgiving. Good Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving, Ed. Guys killing it. Warren, then Shreddy, then Tony, TC, and J96916, and then we're done. Warren.
What's going on?
You look so frustrated right now. What's going on, man?
What's going on is like waited a year too late to blow it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in the meantime, they gave out hell of extensions, so it's harder to blow it up. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Yes. Bad mistake. Bad mistake.
And do you think Kyle knows he messed up giving out those extensions and he's part of his depression this year is like, dude, I screwed the future. It's not happening here. I don't know.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, you got to do some what you call it, some wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
A lot of guaranteed money.
No one wants him. Trade McCaffrey. I don't know if anyone wants him right now.
You get 6, 7. That's about it.
That's true. Trade Kyle. You get a first.
Yeah. But who won Kyle? He's a genius.
He's a genius, man. What terrible team would fall for his tricks? The Bears. The Bears. The Bears would not see through Kyle. They would think he's a savior, and they'd be so surprised when it didn't work out.
But I ain't frustrated with him, but I just know he's gonna be. I just during the offseason, I know it's gonna be a harder way to win the season because started the first game pretty good, special teams terrible. Okay, the college just need coordinators to. I think college just need all-star coordinators to do their job.
All-star coordinators, all-star players. He just needs the best staff and team, and then he just might finish second.
Right.
Hey, I'm a big Kyle guy. I think we should give him 8 more chances. 8 more years.
8 more years.
Why not? He's a lot of fun.
If we win the Super Bowl.
Hey, they haven't won a Super Bowl, but I've made a lot of money. Warren, thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Shreddy just left. Where'd you go, Shreddy? You were going to be next. Tony.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Tony? Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Hey, good seeing you, man. So I'm going to be dating back to your I'm from Tennessee, so it starts with my dad. He was a Joe Montana fan, so bringing in the just carrying over all the way to Tennessee here. But
there aren't many fan bases that are as widespread as the Niners. It's very interesting, and it goes back generations. Thank you, Tony. What's up?
Yeah. So I'm going to be against everybody today. So I'm all for Team Kyle, man. Like okay. I lived those years. I lived after Steve Mariuccia, after the Jim Tomsula days. I'm not big on it. I'm not big on the rebuild and all these years. We got Kyle. He's been to 4 Super Bowls with the Falcons and us. I mean, is it that bad? Or 3 Super Bowls, you're right. Yeah. So,
is it that bad? I mean, that's a good question. Like finishing second, is it that bad? It's better than finishing third. My question is, do you think that like those days are coming back, the deep playoff runs, because it ain't happening this year.
Well, so, you got a point. But this year, like you talk about the injuries, man. Like you're talking about the number 3 MVP last year was out 10 games, right? And
That's
then
true.
last week we lose number 4 on the MVP list in Purdy, right? Then we
True.
lose what wide receiver? What's he ranked in pay now? Top 4, top 5
Something
on
like
IU?
that, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then we got how many starters out on defense? 5?
Well, Bosa missed a game. Hargrave's been out. Greenlaw hasn't played all year. Hufanga essentially hasn't played all year.
Ward.
Yeah, a bunch. And then Travari Swartz, so 5.
Ward. Yeah. And then you got Lenore that was out last game for
True.
most of the game. So I mean, we're beat up all over. So who's to say? We get in Buffalo this week. We dog out a running game, and we let Mason get a little carries. But all these people are saying, "Hey, we need Mason to get the ball more." Come on, last year if we gave Mason 3 carries, people would be yelling at Kyle for not giving CMC more touches, right? So CMC is still the guy. I don't think we're going anywhere. I think that we can get Buffalo if we give them a run. I think that there's a chance. If you look at the schedule, we can make a little run. What if we got the freshest defense in the league come playoff time? When Greenlaw comes back, Hufanga comes back with his club on his hand, and Ward, comes back as well. What if we're back?
I appreciate a different perspective. It's been a gloomy day over here on the Cohn phone. So you might be right. I have no idea. I tend to think that you're dead wrong. Nah, I don't know. I can see it, but I don't think that Greenlaw and Hufanga are going to come back and save this team, man. Greenlaw's getting rushed back. Like the idea of him being out there today, it's been like 10 months. What's he going to be? I don't know.
I don't know. Did you not feel the shift of the game in the Super Bowl when Greenlaw went out? I feel like that was it.
I did, of course. But again, is that Greenlaw coming back? Is that McCaffrey coming back? Is the Ayuk that we know coming back ever? Or are these guys damaged goods? I don't know. We'll see.
Sure. Hey, man, I'll tell you one thing before I go. Greenlaw is the one dude you're not going to want in a street fight, right? And that's what brought the juice on that defense.
Yep.
So hey,
and the idea that they like didn't use their first round pick on a linebacker. I don't know who was available, but that was your biggest need. Devontae Campbell doesn't fill that. You need a freaking enforcer because, I mean, the whole defense is falling apart without Dre Greenlaw. That's a good call, man. Tony, good stuff.
Hey, and he gets caught every week in coverage, Campbell. And I think that's the biggest glaring need.
Yep, I'm with you, man. Tony, calling anytime. I appreciate the different perspective.
From Tennessee.
From Tennessee, he's like, don't forget it. From Tennessee, I loved it. TC, no, hold on. Let me get Shreddy because he was supposed to be up there. Then I'm gonna go to you, TC. You're next. Shreddy, what's up?
What's up, Grant? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me. Cool. All right, man.
Yeah.
The first show I saw from you, you said a phrase and it stuck with me, tinfoil hat. So I'm going tinfoil hat right now.
Let's do it.
I believe Kyle is being held hostage. He's been in the NFL for too long not to know Jordan Mason is the better running back. Josh Dobbs is a better quarterback. He's being held hostage. He's playing these guys because someone is telling him to. Someone doesn't want to see Jordan Mason. Someone doesn't want to see Josh Dobbs, right? Now, I believe personally, man, I believe Trey Lance was sabotaged. And I know that maybe there's some roster politics that go back to his dad and maybe McCaffrey's dad. Who knows? But I feel like someone doesn't want to see Mason. Someone doesn't want to see Josh Dobbs. And, I don't know, man. I just feel like ever since Kaepernick, maybe ownership doesn't want to see, a quarterback of color. I mean, I haven't been proven wrong of that. I mean, it's a possibility. But, I just feel like it's beyond Kyle, right? Like, he's too brilliant. I'll give him credit. Like, he's been in the league too long not to know Jordan Mason's a better back, Josh Dobbs is a better quarterback. So I think, and I don't even think he wants to abide by this, but I think that's why you see his nonchalantness, because he's like, hey, this is what whoever that is, this is what you guys want. I don't care. I'm giving you what you asked for. This is our record. I'm not making a change. This is what you want. That's how I'm interpreting it.
It's very stubborn, right? Like, hey, if you say I gotta play Christian McCaffrey, then I'll play him. That's what you wanted, right? You said
you can't tell me he doesn't recognize this talent, because he's been in the league too long. The Browns, the Texans, the Falcons. Like he knows football. He grew up watching this. So like,
we're supposed
not,
to believe that Kyle's the one person who can't see, is the one person that can't recognize it. Like it's just it doesn't make any sense, and that's why we're all
that
being like, what's going
where
on?
The guy putting his finger on his head. You know the meme.
Yep.
See, it's beyond Kyle. So everybody's on Kyle's head right now, and I get it, but it's bigger than Kyle. You know.
Well, then maybe he needs a fresh start somewhere else. If that's the
I think he
type
does.
of relationship he's got with the.
Anyway, that's
dark
my
times for the
2 cents,
Niners.
man.
Good stuff, Shreddy. Always appreciate it.
All
right, man. TC, you ready? I think he's ready. I think TC's ready. What's up, TC?
Grant, what's up, man? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, man. I like looking at you through the thing.
I know you always see me. I be in the chats tapping in, man. You know me. Listen, Grant, I've been saying this for years, bro, and I liked when you picked up on it. I've been saying this for years about Shanahan. He got to go. And every time I talk about it, I'll be like, I'll be talking in the chats because I know you read it and I know you see me in there, bro. And everybody thought we was crazy. Everybody thought I was stupid as hell when I was saying Shanahan is not it. Now everybody's starting to see it, bro. I respect Tony. I respect all the callers and all that. This is Shanahan, bro. He's not going to get out of his way. He's not going to change. He's not going to do any of that, bro. He didn't want Brady. He didn't want Lance. He ran like we can go on and on, Grant. We talk about it all the time. And it just came to fruition. Everybody can see it now, bro. This dude's not it, bro. He got to move on. Go ahead, Grant.
You know what Kyle's year reminds me of? Drake's year. You were on top of the world for a very long, like 15 years. Everyone thought you were the man in the industry. Then you take a big L and everyone's like, are you done? Are you going to bounce back ever? Like, I don't think Drake's going to bounce back and be a hit maker. And I'm not sure that Kyle's ever going to be looked at as a genius again. I think those two have had an epic fall from grace in 2024. It's hard to say who's fallen harder.
Period. And honestly, we got to miss me with like, not you, Grant, but miss me with all the genius stuff. Kyle is a good play schemer. He's not a play call. Like he turns lemon booty in the most important. But like, so we can't say he's a genius. He can get people open. That don't take a genius to say, go run a 9 route, run a slant up under him, go do an out route. Like that's not a genius to do that, bro. A genius is knowing how to develop a quarterback, pick your quarterback, develop your offensive line, right? Learn from your mistakes. When I learned from my Super Bowl mistake. Okay, it's about the team now. Team, you guys go. It's the hell with my scheme. My scheme, it got us to this point. I got to let the players go. I'm like, bro, Kyle's a joke, bro. And I'm over him, bro. And I've been over that dude, Grant. And it gets me angry, bro, talking about this guy. I'm over him, Grant. Talk. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Did you say lemon booty?
Lemon booty, bro. He gets lemon booty in the most important. Does he? Blowing these 10-point
I've never heard that phrase. Can you please explain to people like me who grew up and went to private high schools that don't know what lemon booty is? Please tell us.
Lemon booty is when you squeeze up in the most important situations, right? When they say, hey, don't go, you squeeze up. Hey, let me go. Don't go across that street. You go get hit by the car, right? Picture it. And then you jump out there and you squeeze up and you like, oh, no.
Lemon booty. That's classic lemon booty, man. I'm going to tell Kyle he got lemon booty. Hey, Kyle, you know what your problem is? Lemon booty.
Grant.
TC. Good stuff. Where you calling from, by the way?
Hey, you know what? Happy Thanksgiving, bro. And I'm glad I got to talk to you. Hey, keep pushing and keep going hard, Grant. Keep going hard, Grant. I love what you're doing, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, homie. Period.
Appreciate it, man. TC, great stuff. That was a great call. Niner fans are not happy, except for Tony. Tony has patience, and I respect it. Everyone else here is out for blood. He had to put the steering wheel between the camera and me because he knew he might just smack his own phone off. That was pretty good. J916, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Grant? How's it going, man? You hear me?
Good, man. How you doing? Yep.
Doing good. Hey, man, I got to get back to work, man, but I just want to keep it short and simple. I've been watching you for a very long time, man, and I appreciate all the work that you do, man. But all I got to say about Kyle is that I'm just over it, man. He messed up, man. I saw Green Bay have some incredible plays on Saturday, on Sunday. They did some type of, they said they did the routes, the running routes and everything was incredible. I was like, wow. And then you could tell that the defense was not prepared. And that's what's so frustrating about this team. You guys aren't prepared, dude. Like, work. Bust your butt, man. And they're not doing it. Man. I'm over it, man. I love this team, man. This team is like, I'm a diehard Niner fan. But at the same time, I'm kind of over it, man. I'm always be a Niner fan, but I'm over Shanahan, man. The team's not prepared. And it's just unacceptable, man. It's malpractice at this point.
You know when we should have known that this season wasn't going to go well, that effort was going to be an issue and fatigue. When people were like, "So, what about that Super Bowl hangover? Like, you guys are ready to put that behind you and go back, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we just sort of climbed that mountain. That's a big mountain to climb." It's like, this seems like a team that doesn't really want to do that this year.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Grant. You know what? That might be the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But at that point, you just have to do something different, man. Switch it up a little bit, man. Be a coach, dude.
Yep.
High school football, college football, they do this all the time, man. The guy's not playing good, you put the second guy in. Whoever's playing good, put him in, dude. I'm just over it. I'm over it, man. I'm so tired of seeing my team not producing. Everybody's like, "Oh, injuries." Nah, man. If you just play Mason, you don't got to give him 25 carries, dude. Give him 15. Give him 12
Don't
carries.
tell me injuries when you got Jawan Jennings, George Kittle, Jordan Mason,
Non-excuse,
Isaac
man.
Guerrero. You have more than enough. You don't have the most talented team, but you have more than enough talent for a genius. Jay, good stuff. Get back to work.
Hey, man, get out there, Greg. Get him.
Happy
Greg.
Thanksgiving,
Get him hard,
man. I got you.
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. All right, real quick. Kilo T-Dub. What'd he say? Didn't think the season would go this bad, but I just knew there was going to be a problem once I saw Kyle on Monday Night Football with that Nick Sorensen mullet. There is something about that mullet that does not inspire confidence, I got to say. And the fact that both of them have matching mullets is just all bad. Someone needs to tell him, like, cut the mullet before the mullet cuts you. Joshua Edwards says, guys, get it right. Brady didn't want Kyle. Interesting. Alex Mavrokafalos. Alex gifted 10 Grant Cohn memberships. That sounds very generous. I don't even know what that means, but thank you very much. Do other people get to be members because he gifted? I think that's the nicest. I've never seen anyone do that. So nice, Alex. Thank you. I hope people can claim those. I don't know how it works. Aru Illustri says, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thanks for all the great content over the years. Thank you very much to you as well. Okay, Jay, M, are you ready? Then Enrique, then Marin, and then Nakash. And I think we're done after that. Jay, what's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Just wanted to say with Kyle Shanahan, I think it's over. Just to see that Panthers could put up a bigger fight than we did against the Chiefs tells you everything, honestly. Like what
Raiders
else
did
can you
too.
say about it?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I knew this guy, he doesn't adjust at all to anything. You could tell by the way he played Vikings this year, last year, the way he plays the Chiefs every time. It's always the same shit. Team can't pick up a blitz every freaking game. So I just don't think this guy could adjust for shit. I think it's over.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust when you don't think you have to.
Exactly. He's too stubborn to admit it. And I'm tired of people saying, well, all he needs to do is this and that. Like, at what point do you realize he doesn't really care about adjusting and he's just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again? Like, this
I think what's interesting is the same thing's happening to the Rams. Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan are very similar. The difference is one guy has a ring, the other one doesn't. But Doug Peterson has a ring. A lot of frauds luck into a ring one time, and both guys are super stubborn. Neither one has ever adjusted. They've been running the same scheme for years, and they are sliding into mediocrity, both of them.
Exactly.
You could argue the two worst coaches in the division.
You could put Mike McCarthy in that too.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Grant,
Good call.
Have
Good
a
call.
Thanksgiving.
Good stuff, man. Have a good one. Enrique.
Let's go, man. Can you hear me?
Let's go. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, man, I just appreciate everything you do, man. Your honesty and everything like that.
Thank you.
But my main question, man, is like, where do we go from here? Like, this has been like an emotional roller coaster of a time.
You start over,
with
man.
Yeah.
I think you start over. That's what I would do. Some people think it's too hasty. He was just in the Super Bowl. You got to give him another year. All right, man. You want to waste another year and get confirmation of what you should already know? That's fine. But you got to start thinking about life after Kyle. You got to.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been back and forth, like love and hate relationship with Kyle, and I think I'm leaning toward more of holding the players accountable. Like, I think it comes down to execution. Like, can these players execute the game plan? Can they go out there and make a play? Like, who's going to step up? Like, I think it falls on their part too.
Would you clean house? Do you want to keep Kyle and clean house and kind of start over with the younger, fresher team?
Right.
Shanahan era 2.0?
Yeah, I just can't put it all on Kyle because at the end of the day, like, in the Super Bowl, CMC fumbled. Like, does that change? Like, if he keeps the ball, how does that game play out? These players keep making these mistakes, and it's like everyone wants to, crap on Kyle, but when are these players going to step up? When are they going to start playing for each other? It's just tough, man. Yeah,
it is tough. Maybe this is the week. I'm sorry, I couldn't say it with a straight face. I don't know. Enrique, man, good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Appreciate you. Marin, Nakash, T Breezy, and Trevor. You guys are all coming in at the buzzer. I can't turn anyone down today. This feels like a therapy session, but 3 minutes, please. Marin, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Where you calling from?
I'm from Jersey, but I stay in DC right now.
Cool, man. Niners all over the country. Niner fan.
Yeah, right. Man, Kyle, I feel like people not giving Kyle the grace he needs, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go
And I
ahead. You got
say
the
that
floor.
because we had a little after Harbaugh, we had a little bit of space. That we had a room with like 4 coaches in the getting fired constantly. They wasn't doing nothing. Our record was about like 2-11, 2 whatever. Getting 2 wins a season. Now we getting 6 seasons. Everyone wants to get excited about saying, Lions on this, Lions on this. Kyle went to 2 Super Bowls. We're not just gonna forget that, right? Now, did he make some bad decisions? Yes. He signed BA when we had Jennings. He could have done that shit he could have done it earlier, but he decided to wait until later. He couldn't get, and just ended up being a bad play, ended up tearing his ACL or whatever. But the same time, we had the fans worrying about BA and get his contract whole time. McCaffrey's the one who's playing us the whole time. McCaffrey's the one who signed the contract knowing his leg was messed up and still decided, hey, I'm going to get this money real fast, highest paid running back, be cool. Everybody worry about BA while he's getting all this hate, all this mess. And he's just in the background laughing. So that was also a bad Kyle move. Kyle made some bad plays, and he's trying to not admit it by playing at CMC this whole entire time while having Jordan Mason on the bench, knowing that that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You need 2 running back system, just like how Atlanta does it, just like how the Lions do it. Like all these teams, the ones that have their players healthy and flourishing, 12 touches a game. They're not going for 24 carries. He's not that running back anymore. You know, I could go one more, but Graham, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
It was funny. I feel like you started off defending Kyle and then got worked up, and by the end you were like, you know what? What is he doing?
It's like, what is he doing? But we can't. I mean, look, 2 Super Bowls. I'm not trying to hear nothing. We're not gonna do this whole looking for a coach for the next 5 years again. It just doesn't work. Our records is always 3-win records, low records, and I'm not trying to do that with my time.
Are you reluctant to move on from Kyle because of the Niners' history searching for coaches? Like if they had different owners, would you feel more confident in their ability to find a good replacement? That's fair. I mean, these guys hired Jim Tom Sula unironically. Like you can't forget that. I mean, they hired Chip Kelly when the whole world knew he was done.
Exactly.
That's
and
tough.
He proved why he shouldn't have been that guy. And when they had Kyle, things started working out. Even though we had to get through that Jimmy phase, things. I feel that's also a reason why they got Brock throwing on 3rd downs, because Kyle ain't had this before. He was dealing with Jimmy. They was running the ball. It could be 3rd and 6, 3rd, whatever. They running the ball. Now we got Brock. He's like, we could fall back a little bit. We could throw the Kittle. We could hit Kittle end zone, whatever it is. So I feel like that's also just his play con in general. It's kind of had Kyle going down the wrong direction. But I wouldn't say it's get rid of him, keep it pushing. It's just give him a second. Give him a second. We can't ignore the 2 Super Bowls. We can't ignore all these playoff runs we've been on. Like, just give it a second.
Fair enough, Marin. That was a very mature take. So thank you very much. Have a good one, man.
You too, man.
I'm not patient. I'm not mature. I'm 14 years old. I'm an overgrown 14-year-old, and I want a firing right now. No! Nakash, what's up? Hey, man.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
Hey,
I actually agree with the last caller, like a good amount. I don't think we should rush in to fire Kyle, or, he's done a lot of good things. To me, like, there's 2 frustrations. Like, first is the way that he loses, right? He loses the same way. He's been losing the same way for 10 years, and that's what frustrates me. Like, if he was losing in different ways, finding new ways to lose, I would be okay, fine. But he loses the exact same way since he blew that Super Bowl in Atlanta. It's the pattern that I talked about last time when I hopped on the call with you, and it was like, dude, he's making the same mistakes he always makes. And so that's the first thing for me. I'm curious your thoughts on that. Like, why is he not changing, and why does nobody force him to change? Like, that's what I want to see. Some change in Kyle, or if he can't change, then he's got to go for sure.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Why doesn't Kyle Shanahan change? I mean, I think when
Because of his
you're
dad.
getting paid $14 million a year and you got a bunch of people in the media saying that you're a genius, you start to believe it. And all you want to hear is, I'm the greatest. I don't need to change. It's not my fault. And there's enough people out there telling you that. You believe it. And you think someone like me is just a troll when it's like, no, all I'm doing is like trying to hold the mirror up to your face. This is the actual reality, the
Right.
mirror.
Like, we're holding up the mirror
I
to
don't
the
have to look at
face.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's mad at his own reflection, and he's putting that on you for holding the mirror to his face. And it's like, dude,
it's like David Lombardi has a much. I like his mirror a lot better. Why come you don't have a mirror like David? It's like, because that's not a mirror. That's a painting.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah.
So okay. So that's number one, and that kind of leads me to the second point, which is like, it just seems like this season was thrown away, right? And I think that becomes frustrating for a lot of fans, where we're seeing that
Like Kyle lost confidence in it to me. Oh, Christian's out.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, we can play Jordan Mason, but we're not going to win.
We're just
like we
gonna
can play
run.
Juwan
We're just
James. We're
gonna
not
run
going to win.
McCaffrey like 25 times until like for the rest of the season, just because
I could make an adjustment, but it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to do whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the second part that's frustrating. It's like, okay, if you're losing the same way you've always lost, you're not changing anything. And then on top of that, we just lost the Super Bowl, and you're just throwing away another season, losing the same way. There's no changes, you know?
Yeah,
and
find a new way to lose, man.
Find a new way to lose, dude. Like, that's all I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see a different outcome at the end of these games. Every time I tune in, I'm like, all right, 10-point lead. Here we go again. Here we go again. Every week.
Oh, they're winning in the second half. Here come the passes. Here come the passes.
Here
for
comes,
no
let me
reason.
just put it on Brock's shoulders, right? Like the last caller said, last year, like when we had Jimmy, we were running on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. We didn't give a shit. Like we were just like, all right, we're just gonna throw Trent Williams in motion, and we're just gonna ram him on the edge, and
they won a playoff game that way.
Yeah, dude, we beat
They won a
Green Bay
freaking playoff game that way. Yeah,
we threw the ball like 10 times. Now it's like Kyle's like, I got Brock. I'm gonna just go ahead, kid. Show me you're worth 50 million. You know what I mean? Here's a pass play on 3rd and 14, and okay, if you can't throw this, then we're not paying you $50 million. That's what it looks like, you know, to me.
Yeah, I agree, man. Good stuff, Nakash. I'm gonna try to get people in. Got to get some lunch in a minute. Good stuff, though. You guys are all killing it today. T Breezy, Trevor Matheson, Niner Gang, and Sam. And then that's it. I'm not letting anyone else on the show. Sam, you're the last one. I'm starving. T Breezy, what's up?
What's good, Grant? Can you hear me?
Absolutely, man. What's up with you?
Hey, another day in paradise, Grant. Another day in paradise. I'm calling out Atlanta though.
Okay.
So look,
you're sitting in your man cave.
Yeah. So look, we can roll it back all day long. You know, we could dial it back on Cal. But you know what we can do? We can try to fix Cal. You know, we could say, hey, the Yorks could say, hey, look, at the end of this season, we're going to evaluate things, and they could change this coaching staff. They can shake it up. They can, because we know Cal is just not going to change. He's a narcissist. He's not going to change his ways. So, but you can change the people around him. Okay. Yep. So we can get a new special teams coach. We definitely get a new defensive coordinator coach.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And some other and he needs
new
a
assistant head coach. Goodbye, Brandon Staley. Right. Goodbye.
And he needs a coordinator. He needs somebody else to help him get this team prepared.
Yep.
Because
Kyle can still call the plays, but they need an offensive coordinator on this team, someone who's good and can help Kyle Shanahan game plan and challenge him during the week, during the game. So I know it's a terrible play call. No, bad idea.
Exactly. So my whole look at Cal is like, look, what makes a great coach for me is a guy with the ability to coach up a bad team and be successful in doing it. That makes a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Tomlin over there in Pittsburgh. No matter what cards he's dealt, this man prevails.
Finds a way.
He finds a way. He prevails. Injuries, tough. They go through them. They still prevail. Pittsburgh always. Somehow or another, they find
Kenny
that
Pickett,
way. You know,
Justin Fields, freaking Russell Wilson. They'll find a way.
Right. They'll find a way. That's the mark of a great coach. So people need to how they title Kyle. I wish they would stop saying, "Oh, he's a genius. Oh, he's this, he's that." No, he hasn't shown that ability yet. So they need to quit
Has
anointing
he gotten the
him.
most out of this team?
No, because he, like you said, he's had well enough to go out and win games, and he just chooses. You know, the best play we've seen last Sunday was a trick play, the double reverse,
the thing
with the screen back. Yeah. That's the most creativity we've seen.
What the hell
all
has
year.
that been all year? Yeah,
all
I'm
year.
with you on that.
You know, so yeah. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. But thanks for taking my call, Grant. Have a good one.
Great stuff, T Breezy. Appreciate you, man.
Fix Cal.
Hashtag Freemason, have a good one. Who knew that the Freemasons were all about getting Jordan Mason more carries? That's what the Freemason Secret Society is about. It's all about Jordan Mason. You go to the Freemasons and there's a shrine of Jordan. They call him JP. Sorry, that was corny. Trevor, what's up, dude?
Hey, man, how's it going? I'll keep
Good.
it short. Just going off of what T Breezy
Where are
was
you calling
saying,
from?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, fair enough. With the
I'm
Bass
from
Pro Shops.
Nevada.
I'm from California. I don't have any friends at
I was
Sport
born
Bass
in
Pro
Lake
Stop
Tahoe,
stuff.
so.
Oh, what's up? That's what's up. All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
But yeah, just going off of what T Breezy was saying, yeah, I mean, everyone labeling Kyle, oh, he's a genius. I mean, he might be like savvy, but when you can see the players that are like excelling on the field and that are making positive plays, and you're not putting them in the game for whatever reason that might be, that's not smart. That's not getting the best out of your players. There's so much like that he does. It's just so frustrating.
I mean, Trent Williams was calling Jordan Mason Marshawn Lynch a month ago in the locker room.
Yeah.
You think these players on the sideline being like, hey, why are we not playing Jordan? Why? We just lost again.
Yeah.
And Jordan didn't play. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, the thing about Kyle, too, I think he wants to win, but he wants to win his way. He wants to be right, but he wants to be right his way. It's like 2 + 2 = 4, but hey, guess what? 3 + 1 = 4 too. Oh, but no, that was your idea. That can't work. It's got to be my idea.
Exactly. The reason that Jordan Mason isn't playing is because people told him to play him. Hey, when Christian comes back, we're going to want to see a timeshare. Yeah, no, we have to get back to reverse psychology. I'm going to do an entire show this week of just reverse psychology. Come on, Kyle. Whatever you do, don't ever give the ball to Jordan Mason again. He's going to be too good. He's going to make you look good. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Why would you want to win?
Why would you? Because you can't be smart if you play Jordan Mason. Then you have to actually give other people credit, and that's unacceptable. It has to be you or no one.
Also, bench Juszczyk, disrespecting Grant's crazy. Love the stuff. Keep it up. Love the tough questions. I know it's difficult, but keep it up, man. Good stuff.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one. So I wanted to say before I get to Niner Gang and Sam, and then we're done. The way he was dressed, it always brings me back to when I stayed in West Virginia it was 2022. The Niners played in Charlotte, and then they went down to Atlanta. And in between, they stayed in West Virginia. I was out there. And one night I wanted to get a drink. I was like working all day. I went to a bar. There was a bar like around the corner from where I was staying. And, I'm from California. I'm going out to a bar. I took a shower. I put on my nice clothes. I had some polo, some Ralph Lauren. I put it on. I walked in. It was one of those moments where like the music stops. Everyone like just turns around and everyone's wearing camo and Bass Pro Shop hats and like sunglasses inside with big freaking beards. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, so I'm not from around here. And everyone kind of just looked and then looked back. No one said hi. I was clearly not welcome there. And I just, I left. I was scared. It's like, yeah, I don't do Duck Dynasty, sorry. So anyway, people from West Virginia, I'm sure you're really nice, but it was a very much like, we don't take too kindly to you around. It's like, damn. Sorry, let me get my hunting gear and I'll be right back. What's up, Niner Gang?
Grant, what's going on, bud?
How you doing, man?
I'm living the dream, man.
You're outside and it's raining.
Nah, man, it's just a little cloudy over here, down here in the Central Valley in Fresno. It's a little
That's
cold.
what's up.
In a few days, but
that's Lombardi stomping ground. You guys go back? You went to high school together? That's your best friend, huh?
I don't fuck with fake ones. Sorry.
Oh, that's woo.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway,
right, fair enough.
Just got one thing I wanted you to ask Kyle.
Yep.
I don't care how you ask it. Why are we not running? Why are you not using Jordan Mason? That's it. However you want to phrase it.
Could someone else help me out? Matt Mayoko, Matt Barrows, Larry Kruger. Could someone else get the death stare from Kyle Shanahan for one day? Can I go one day without getting Kyle Shanahan super mad? No, I'll do it. I'm going to give someone else a chance to do it today, though, because he hates me. And here's the problem. He's gotten to the point where, like, if I ask a question, he legitimately won't answer it, which isn't, I mean, it's an interesting, like, back and forth that I can put online and it kind of goes viral. But, like, if you want an answer, I'm the wrong guy to ask, because he's like, I hate you, Grant. I hate you. I hate you. Like, I know. I hate me too, man. I'm just asking a question. I'm sorry.
Hey, but you know what they say, right? If you got haters, bro, you're doing it right.
I'll try to do it today. I'll have to dig deep and find some courage and find a way. Kyle, don't hate me. All right, man. Have a good one. Kyle, I know you don't want. I know you don't want me to ask this question, and I'm going to give someone else an opportunity to ask the Jordan Mason question today. Will anyone do it? Anyone? Larry Krueger, to his credit, asked last week. He did. He freaking did. Sam,
Hey Grant, what's up,
how you
man?
doing? Good to
Hey,
see you.
speaking of Larry Krueger, I'm with him on this one. I don't think they're gonna fire Kyle. I think they should personally. I'm with you on that, but Jed's not doing it. He loves Kyle. That's his boy. He's gonna give him another shot. But what Larry says is that they're gonna try and take some personnel control from him, maybe. Pull back the reins a little bit, and Kyle's gonna not like it, and he's gonna want out. And either ask for a trade or ask for a release. And I think that's a pretty interesting theory. And I think it has some merit because didn't he try and force his way out of Cleveland at one point?
He did. He did not want to coach Johnny Manziel. And he was under contract. I think he made like a PowerPoint presentation with 37 points of why it would be in their interest to let him out of his contract. And they're like, dude, if you don't want to be here that bad, then you didn't go. Goodbye. That's how much people really weren't tripping about Kyle Shanahan 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's wild.
Good luck, dude.
Maybe something similar. He's just like, no, daddy said I need personnel control. And that's the one thing he said, never give up. So you know what? There's 10 teams lined up who will take me, which I believe, he'll get a job for sure.
I agree.
And
he might even get a raise.
Yeah, for sure. I just think it's played out so many times. The personnel control thing and coaching don't line up. Bill Belichick's about the only time that ever worked. Because even his dad, all those good players, he didn't draft. They were already there. Nope. He inherited a good roster, and then he eventually
got the power and was relentlessly mediocre for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Man.
All right, Sam. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Happy holidays. Have a great one, man.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
I did it. I got through all the calls. I did a great job today. Deebo was on the show. Deebo called in, kind of. I mean, everyone was here. It's good stuff. 1,600 people watching. I've been sick for like 3 weeks, man. Tampa. I blame Tampa. Place was nasty. No, it was not a nasty place. I think it was the difference in temperature. It was so hot in Tampa, and then it came back. I've been coughing ever since. Now I get to go to Buffalo in 2 days. 48 hours, I will be boarding my plane to Buffalo. Psych, I'll be boarding my plane to Detroit, and then I'll change planes to get to Buffalo. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. It's going to be so cold. I don't really have cold clothes. Kind of. I'll just bring all my snowboard stuff. Mugs and Roses, the show's over, man. You came in now? You always do that. Bro, and Fly Guy Ash, the show is over. You guys can both come on the show together for 30 seconds. Together.
That's been a while.
It's all good. Appreciate it.
I got 2 kids now.
Hey, I just got to say.
And DJ Adams, you too.
What up? Hold on.
The show is over.
I think I can say something we can all agree.
You go first, Muggs.
All right. So the reason I feel like we're not doing as well, why we're getting so many penalties, is because there is no discipline, and Kyle lost the locker room back when he fired Wills. So there's nobody that actually respects him now at that point.
I feel it. Thank you very much, man. Go enjoy fatherhood. Fly Guy Ass, you're up.
Nah, I agree with that. I agree with everything he just said. But also, my concern is the season is over. I'm as diehard as it get, and I'm hoping for the best. So, I mean, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Whose jersey you wearing?
I'm wearing Deebo. And it's
man.
Get out of here. Get out of here. What's up, DJ Adams?
What's up, Grant? Yeah, what they said. Kyle ain't working out. It's not going to work. Time to soft rebuild. Time to get rid of the old guys.
Who would you keep?
Build around Fred on the defense and Bosa. Build around on the offense. If Brock agrees to $40 million or less.
Bro, how about 2 years, 50 for Brock? Is that a slap in the face? I'm scared about his arm, man. I'm scared about his arm.
I still think that's too much, Grant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 years, 50. Like not 50 a year, like 50 total. 25 a year. 2 years, 50. I'm sorry, man. Like you've been a starter for 3 seasons. You got hurt in 2 of them. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you a 5-year contract. 2 years. And if you don't like 2 years, 50, hey, by all means, come back. ball out next year and get the Diamador Lenore treatment where you get the extension halfway through the year. You could do that.
Yeah.
I ain't giving you 5 years, 2 years, 50 million, 25 per. That's it. And if you don't like it, I understand. Bet on yourself, baby. Bet on yourself.
If only that would happen. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think they're going to give him a much longer contract.
They're going to regret it, man. His arm better be A-okay. And I don't think he knows that. I don't think they know it. We'll see today, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go eat some of the Niners food. Thank you very much, DJ. Thanks for coming in at the end. I got like 30 people on the show today. I'll do this. I feel like when the Niners are losing, the Cohn phone's a little bit more spicier. So hang in there. I'll bring it back next week. Thanks for participating. Have a good one.